Hello guys and welcome back to this YouTube channel, and in today's video we'll be discussing the news that Robert Kubica will be returning to F1 with Williams in 2019. Now let me say first, on a humanity level, this is absolutely brilliant. One of the best comebacks in any category of sports in its history. The most just fairy tale return or just story in F1 of recent times. It is great to have the pole back in F1 after the tragedies that happened in February 2011. Put it this way, before his injuries, he was so goddamn talented. He could thrash a car around the circuit and get it into a position where it didn't deserve to be. He was that talented. And of course, in his BMW days, he was teammates with Nick Heidfeld, who is always a very good reference point to have. I think he was a bit of an underrated driver. He was definitely better than Lewis Hamilton's teammate at McLaren in 2008, that was Heikki Kovalainen. So Kubica actually had someone that pushed him, who could consistently get podiums. This really illustrates the pole's talent he possesses. But let's go over some key moments in Kubica's F1 career. He always had pace in him. He finished third in his third race in F1. That is a sensational achievement in a BMW that definitely was nowhere near the quickest car in the field. He obviously had a horrific crash at the 2007 Canadian Grand Prix, but came back that season and he was still fighting. And then one year later in 2008, he won that exact Grand Prix. What a story. And Kubica was just so good that entire season. He kept on pushing and pushing and pushing that BMW Sauber towards title contention and took the fight to Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa. And had BMW not stopped developing that car, Kubica might have just won that championship, you know. And as Kubica gained more experience, it was kind of obvious he was going to get a drive at a top team like McLaren or Ferrari. And going into the around the time of 2012, let's say 2010 or 2011 for example, he was being lined up for that Ferrari seat to replace Felipe Massa. Now in 2009 it wasn't as good for Kubica, but he still kept on pushing that BMW Sauber, and in 2010 he moved to Renault and scored an amazing front row at Monaco and then a sensational P3 the following day at Monte Carlo, capping off what should be known as one of Kubica's best ever races. That's how much he could push a car. Kubica had a bag load of talent. And things really looked promising in 2011 for Kubica. He was the fastest man in testing at Valencia, but then he had that horrific rally crash in February that year. And this changed his entire life. And to be honest, to many people's surprise, that did not end his racing career. It was so horrible, and he had to undergo over 20 operations. That's how much pain and that's how much of an impact it had on him. But the pole never gave up. He took test after test after test in a Formula 1 car and kept developing his skill after that horrific crash, and just gained experience and development again as a driver. And that's what he's going to bring to Williams, because he's very experienced and he's not a young racing driver. He'll be able to develop that car with Williams, which they need in a crisis that they are in right now. He missed out on the 2018 seat for Williams, but thankfully he's got it for 2019. And like I said, he's going to bring that experience into the Williams team, which is vital for them because they are in a bit of a crisis right now. Let's be honest here. So he's going to bring that experience in, but the one issue for Williams is that they've got a completely new driver lineup again. They had this between 2005 and 2008. They kept on changing the driver lineup. That doesn't help the drivers to get to grips with the car. But Kubica is an exception because he's been doing tests and just been helping Williams develop that car. And hopefully he'll be able to show his talent again next year. Is he going to be like his old self? Well, I don't think Williams are going to have that of a competitive car in 2019. And I don't think Kubica is going to be the driver like he once was. But he will still have a bit of a glimpse of that talent that he has. Or maybe, hopefully, he can prove us wrong. This is the beauty of F1. It keeps on changing. The pendulum keeps on swinging. And I really hope Kubica advances and is successful in 2019, no matter what the expectations for Williams are. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. All I'm going to say is thank you so much to Williams for bringing Kubica back. It's such a good feel-good story, and I hope he does well. And it's just a great moment for F1. Unfortunately, Ocon is going to miss out on a seat for 2019, but still, I'm really happy for Kubica, guys. Please like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Until next time, guys, see you later, and enjoy the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix weekend.